Waiterist Mountain. This mountain, which can be called a treasure of feng shui, is not only better than ingots in shape, but also better. It is surrounded by a continuous river with excellent water outlets. The ancients loved mountains and water. Water not only cleans everything, it is also the source of life. Therefore, water must be indispensable for the so-called feng shui treasure. The water of Waiterist Mountain is indeed beautiful from heaven. Not only does the heavenly gate open and the land is closed, but it also perfectly matches the trend of the fortune to the river and the position and orientation of the mountain itself, forming a Water Bureau Xinlong feng shui array. Such a feng shui formation can guarantee the prosperity of the family and the prosperous future generations, and more importantly, it can break the situation of the Dragon Shoal before the Wade family. Charlie has a deep knowledge of feng shui mystery because he has studied the 9 profound sky classics. Although he didn't know why the old feng shui said that Waiterist was trapped in the shoal, he could perceive that the ancestral grave of Waiterist Mountain not only blessed the descendants and prospered family business, but also faintly soared into the sky. This made him amazed. The Wade family really had a lot of money. Not only could they buy such a feng shui place, but they could also invest so much money to make a big investment here. The geomantic omen here is very good, and if the descendants are a little bit more vigorous, the Wade family will definitely continue to prosper. When approaching the foot of Waiterist Mountain, Philip reminded Charlie, "Charlie, I will ask the driver to pull over and you can drive." Charlie didn't want to be exposed in front of the Wade family for the time being, so yesterday he had already agreed with Philip, acting as a driver and assistant and going with him to worship his parents. So he nodded and said, "Okay, Uncle, I'll drive." The driver pulled the car over, handed the sunglasses to Charlie, and said, "Mr. Charlie, here, this is for you." Charlie took the sunglasses and put them on, took out a disposable mask from his pocket, and then sat in the cab. The driver did not stay in this car, but went to one of the other vehicles behind. Charlie drove on and continued forward. When he reached the bottom of Waiterist Mountain, a mighty white marble gate tower stood in front of him, and under the gate tower, the electric gate was closed tightly, and several security personnel stood on both sides as if standing guard. The leading car stopped in front of the gate, and then the convoy stopped one after another. A security guard walked up to Philip's car from the front. Philip put down half of the window. The other side respectfully said, "Mr. Gu, please ask the driver to park the car in the parking lot nearby. There are too many cars for fear of disturbing the ancestors of the Wade family. You can go in the car with your wife and young lady." Philip nodded and said to the assistant on the co-pilot, "Go and coordinate and let them wait in the parking lot." The assistant hurriedly asked, "Chairman, what about your safety issues?" Philip said earnestly, "This is the site of the Wade family, and there is absolutely no problem of safety issues." The security guard outside the car bowed respectfully. "Thank you, Mr. Gu, for your affirmation." Afterwards, while the assistant pushed the door to get out of the car, he opened his mouth and said to Charlie sitting in the cab, "Mr. Driver, after going into the mountain, please don't honk the whistle or accelerate quickly, and keep the engine speed as low as possible. Below 2,500 revolutions, so as not to make too much movement and disturb the ambiance." Charlie nodded. Naturally, the mausoleum should be as quiet as possible. Not only can he not honk the horn, nor make noise. Moreover, the sound of a car engine is the greater the speed, the greater the noise. Whether it is an ordinary family car or a luxury car, when the engine speed is below 2,500 revolutions per minute, it will not make much movement, but if the speed is increased to 3 or 4,000, or even 4 or 5,000, the noise will immediately increase several times. Therefore, as a driver, you must be gentle when stepping on the accelerator. At this time, all the vehicles carried by the security personnel drove into the parking lot beside the entrance building. There are only 2 black Rolls-Royces left. The one in front is driven by Charlie, and the one in the back is another driver from the Gu family. The electric door below the gate opened to both sides, and the security personnel made a gesture of asking. Charlie stepped on the accelerator lightly and drove slowly into the gate building. When he drove the car into the winding road of Waiterist Mountain, He became more and more admired for the feng shui master who selected this treasure. There are countless mountains in the Yanshan Mountains, and he can find them among the thousands of mountains, and he is indeed quite capable. The two cars were winding upwards on the road, and Charlie no longer paid attention to feng shui. He could already see a large white marble mausoleum on the mountainside. There was the current ancestral grave of the Wade family. Soon, the Rolls-Royce he was driving went to the flat ground not far below the tomb. This is a specially opened parking lot. Several men in black suits are standing here. It seems they should be the security personnel of the graveyard. The larger the family, the more attention is paid to the safety of the ancestral grave. The top families can flourish and prosper, and the feng shui of the ancestral tomb must have played a considerable role, just like the ancient royal dragon veins, which is of great significance. If it is a foe or a competitor who has misconceptions and deliberately destroys his family's ancestral grave, the wealth will be lost, or the family will be destroyed.